Most Meta advertisers can't scale their ad campaigns because their ad creative is not good enough. We've managed more than $200 million in Meta ad spend, and ad creative is often what separates the amateurs from the pros. So let's take a look at what's going wrong, how to fix it properly, using some real-world examples. Okay, so my team have gathered some ads for me to take a look at and give my feedback on, a bunch they found in the ad library. So let's get started with this one here. Okay, so this is an ad from Hot Hugger, not a brand I'm familiar with, but let's start by having a look at this creative.
This is the best gift my boyfriend has ever got me. I genuinely cannot believe I lived without this wearable hot water bottle from Hot Hugger for so long. He got me it last year and I literally use it every single day. So it's a wearable and adjustable hot water bottle. Comes with these arms with the Velcro straps, so you can wear it on different parts of your body. So it's amazing for back pain, or tummy ache, even period cramps. And because of its compact size, you could wear a jumper over the top, you could wear a coat. It's honestly perfect. So guys, if you are looking to win major boyfriend points, get your girlfriends a Hot Hugger today.
Okay, interesting ad. It's for the type of ad it is, type of creative, I think it's very good. So it's classic either UGC or influencer ad. I don't know if she is an influencer or if she's just a UGC creator. The difference being, does someone have a following? Do they have an audience? She may well be an influencer, but the style is very similar. So it's very much like, from personal experience, endorsing the product, coming up with multiple use cases. The editing is simple, so it looks authentic, it looks real, but there is still something going on. It's not just her stood in front of the camera in that one position the whole time. There's cuts to B-roll and showing other scenarios. It's quite short, 35 seconds long, but a lot of information is conveyed in that time period, so I think that's really good. A lot of reasons to buy it, and a lot of objections are overcome as well. So there's a lot of, you can wear a jumper over it, you can wear it out on a dog walk, you can use cases and things where people are going, oh, that's great, but I wouldn't use in this scenario. And it's when you do that and you rattle off those, you make it more likely that a specific use case that you mention is going to resonate with your target audience. So I think that's a really good job. I would like a brand like this to have other types of ad creative. So let's have a look at the hook, the initial part.
This is the best gift my boyfriend has ever got me.
Great line, right? So it's calling out the target audience. So the target audience here is guys that want to buy a gift for their girlfriends. Could be wives, of course, and things like that. And the opening line is, this is the best gift my boyfriend has ever got me. Wouldn't be surprised at all if this ad is more targeted towards men. It could be targeted towards women as well, who would then say, oh, by the way, buy me this. This looks great. So that's a really strong opening line. It's calling out the target market. The other thing that is smart about this is that in the initial hook, she's sort of slinging it over her shoulder. And if you think about how a lot of ads are consumed on Meta, they're in a feed or people are flicking through stories, something like that. You want something that's going to grab their attention. So it's a great visual hook. It'd be really easy to just do something that grabs attention, but then it looks attention grabby if it's then not relevant to the product, service, or whatever it is you're selling. But this is doing that in a way that also then talks about the product and shows how it might be used, so it totally fits in. So I think that's really good. Let's have a look at the offer at the end that's used, so probably around here.
So guys, if you are looking to win major boyfriend points, get your girlfriends a Hot Hugger today.
So it's re-emphasizing who this ad is aimed at. If you want to get major boyfriend points, get your girlfriend this. So very specific use case. So that's fantastic messaging. Interesting in the call to action, there's no discount, there's no sale with a certain date recommended. It's not even saying get your girlfriend a perfect gift for Christmas. And there's probably a couple reasons for that. Firstly, because this is positioned as like a UGC influencer style ad, if you make it too salesy at the end of the call to action, it can start to look inauthentic. Like, oh, you're just pitching this because you were paid to pitch it or whatever. Whereas if you just say, I'm just recommending you buy this, then it can feel a lot more real, and that does translate into better performance. And also by not pinning this particular creative to a sale event, so like buy it as a gift for Christmas, that would probably allow this company, if it's a winner, and I expect this to perform well, to run it. Again, it gives the ad more longevity, so they could run it for Valentine's Day or throughout the year if people are buying birthday presents, things like that. Other times people might be buying gifts. So yeah, all in all, a very good piece of creative. I wouldn't at all be surprised if this performs well. and this person / the company clearly know what they're doing when it comes to creating this type of ad creative. So what would I improve about this ad creative? What might I change? Honestly, not much. I think it's really good in general. You could argue for a more aggressive call to action at the end. I think that would probably help generate more sales in the short run. So if, for example, you put a specific offer in there, discount, something like that, with an end date to add urgency to people's actions and get them to go ahead and purchase quicker, that would almost certainly boost sales in the short run, might detract from the long run as we already discussed, so absolutely fine with them leaving out if that's, just as long as that's been thought about and is overall part of the strategy, and like I said, makes the ad feel more authentic as well. I think that this is a very specific angle to take. It's targeting a specific group within this business's target market, boyfriends buying this as a gift, and it's obviously UGC influencer style. So I would like to see this as part of an overall creative mix where other ad video styles are tested. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the best performing, by the way, but I'd like to see that tested. But I'd also definitely like to see more ads like this that potentially target different segments of their target market in the messaging. Could be very similar in terms of the visuals, but instead of it just very much being pitched as get major boyfriend points, buy this for your girlfriend, you could have this pitched at people buying for other people or buying for themselves and replicate this ad with slightly different messaging. But yeah, in general, I think they've done a great job. Okay, so the next ad we've got is from Oculus Sounds. And you can see actually here in the ad library, you can see Oculus Sounds with Kirk Lucas. So I'm assuming Kirk Lucas is an influencer, and not one I'm familiar with, but that's what I guess, given that this is clearly being run as a partnership ad when you've got it from coming from two different places, using someone that has influence with the target audience, better at scroll stopping, and their recommendation carries weight. Clearly, this is a Black Friday offer. Black Friday deal is 70% off everything, so very aggressive for that, which is interesting. Let's go ahead and have a look at this creative and see what we're working with here.
You're not going to believe this Black Friday deal. Oculus Sounds has this full access.
Okay, so let's start with the hook. You're not going to believe this Black Friday deal. It's very strong. It's very clear in terms of what this is talking about. It can be overdone. So as part of an overall creative mix, including some ads in with this is fine. But if you were really aggressively everything, you're not going to believe this deal, you're not going to believe this deal, people can come sort of blind to that. It can be a little bit hyperbolic. It included occasionally or specific sales, like a Black Friday deal, is probably the most appropriate to talk about in those terms, is fine, but just a word of caution on that. Let's go back to the beginning and play from there. I just wanted to quickly flag the hook as we went through.
You're not going to believe this Black Friday deal. Oculus Sounds has this full access bundle packed with thousands of premium cinematic sounds. Programs, risers, drones, textures, hits, transitions, whooshes, clicks, clacks, etc. Everything you need to make your edit sound cinematic. Normally, it's $999.95, but right now you can get it for $399.95. That's a massive $600 off, which is wild. But you can get an extra 25% off and bring it down to $299.95 with my code KIRK25. That will bring it down to $299.95, which is insane value. Don't sleep on this. The deal is live right now and it won't last for long.
Okay, so really aggressive selling in this. There is a place for that. A Black Friday deal is a good place for it. He's very much emphasizing the discount involved and the money that can save. Because of that, I would expect this sort of ad creative to perform quite well with warm audiences. People who have already maybe considering buying the bundle, buying the package, but unlikely to perform that well with cold audiences. Because to convince cold audiences, you're going to need to do more convincing around why they should buy in the first place. This is really going to hoover that up. Maybe there's a really large audience, they're aware of these products, they just haven't bought because of the price point. They can bring in an influencer and his recommendation is going to carry weight and help convince them to buy. Typically, when we work with influencers, we like to also include, and they may well have other ads, but also include other ads that are going to be more pitched at cold audiences to give them more longevity and more reach. It's one of the things you can often do with influencer-based ads that perform really well is scale. There would be limited scale around this sort of ad, I would suspect. But I would expect it to be very profitable for the audience that it's targeted at. It's edited well, it's fast-paced, you'd expect that. I imagine Kirk is like an editing style person, given what's being sold and all that sort of stuff. So that makes total sense that it's done well, but it's very aggressive in the selling. Fine as part of a mix, but you definitely don't want to do too much of this. You're only really hoovering up those warm audiences, and you can just start to beat your audience over the head, and they'll become blind to the offers. One other thing I did notice that I wanted to highlight that you might want to introduce into your video ads is a retention hack, basically, where something quite jarring has happened to hold people's attention. So I think it was around about here.
Access bundle packed with thousands of premium cinematic sounds.
So that was what, at like 8 seconds in? Probably a good time to add in something like that to help hold that attention, just as people are starting to go, yeah, I've heard this before, like, oh, wow, okay, and that's going to bring them back. So Kirk is probably like, very much knows what he's doing on the editing side of things, so he's included stuff like that. Can be a little thing to include to help hold retention. If people are going to find out about your offer and take the action you want them to take, you've got to grab their attention in the first place, and you've got to hold it long enough for them to hear about it. Otherwise, they're not going to buy, not going to become a lead, or do what it is you want them to do. So I think this is a decent ad. I'm not in love with it. It's like, it's very direct in what it does. I think it would be good for a specific use case, but doesn't have a huge amount of scalability beyond that. Really like they're running as a partnership ad. I think that'll really help. And Black Friday is a specific use case where you can be really aggressive with your selling. People expect it, and it may well have hoovered up a lot of that warm audience that were kind of thinking about buying, and this helps them get over the edge. We'll get back to the video in a second. Before we do, I just want to quickly let you know about my mentorship program. Now, with my mentorship program, me and my team mentor people daily to help them get the best possible Facebook ad results. We've actually had some amazing results recently from some of our mentees. We'll pop them up on screen right now. In fact, 82% of people that join my mentorship program see a notable improvement in their Facebook ads return on ad spend within just 30 days of joining. And that's a stat that I'm really proud of. There is a link in the video description below. You can click on that, coming through to a page on our website, and book in a free, no obligation call with one of my team members to find out more about it and see if it would be a really good fit for you. Hopefully, we get a chance to work together. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so here we've got an ad from Digital Bumpkin. Kajabi only feels overwhelming because no one ever showed you what actually matters. Okay, so something that's Kajabi specific. Simplify Kajabi and finally launch your course. So imagine this is like an educational info type product for Kajabi based. Kajabi is like a platform where you can house a course, for example. Okay, so let's have a look at this creative.
Does Kajabi feel overwhelming right now? If so, let me tell you this. It's not because you're bad at tech. It's because no one's shown you what actually matters. The tiny handful of steps you need to get your course out into the world, and the 90% that you can safely ignore. And when you don't know this, you're left stuck, tweaking, fixing, and second-guessing everything. And so good news, we are hosting a free live workshop called The Simplified Launch Strategy, where we'll show you the exact 3 steps you need to go from overwhelmed to launched. So click below to save your free seat, and we'll see you there. Kajabi can feel simple, I promise. You just need to know what to focus on.
Okay, it's low production value, like really quite low production value. The image quality isn't very good. The audio is not very good. There's wind going through the background. She hasn't, or someone hasn't edited out the initial like turning it on and then turning it off the video. That can be fine, but normally it works in combination with like a UGC style ad, which this is not. This is the owner of the business or the name pitching something as the expert. If this was UGC style and she was recommending a product or even recommending a workshop, but not pitched as the expert, the low production value would be much more acceptable and likely to work. When you are pitching yourself as I'm the expert on this, I can help you. For me, it's tough, the low production value. I would be looking to improve that significantly. I think it would really help. A couple of other points, because I see this sort of thing happen quite a lot. She's not looking at the camera. She's looking, I would assume, at a script on her phone, which is not where the camera is on the phone. The lack of eye contact does make a difference. So there are ways around that. You can just memorize it, or you can get like a teleprompter that actually covers the lens itself if you're using like a different camera. I think a lot of people hear like, oh, low production value and UGC style can work really well, but it has to all make sense as a narrative. You can't just take that and apply it to ads where that just doesn't work. Like, you'd never see a low production value ad selling a new luxury car. Like, think about that like on TV or, you know, on wherever. That'd be weird, right? It wouldn't fit the narrative. But selling a relatively impulse e-commerce product where someone is recommending a product to buy, not saying I'm the expert, you should listen to me, very, very different scenario. Let's have a look at the hook again.
Does Kajabi feel overwhelming right now?
So that's not too bad. That's addressing an issue that the target audience will have. It's calling out to them specifically. So that I actually think is quite good.
If so, let me tell you this. It's not because you're bad at tech. It's because no one's shown.
Yeah, so she's clearly reading the script. I just think that could be smoother and more natural, and that would improve. And like I said, you can see the eyes aren't quite right. It looks like the light's not very good, so it's kind of dark. You can hear background road noise. There's only one scene. Yes, she's walking to create some movement, but it's not enough for anything like super dynamic. There's only one scene. There's no B-roll in it. I think that could really be improved.
What actually matters. The tiny handful of steps you need to get your course out into the world, and the 90% that you can safely ignore.
That I quite like. It's emphasising the value of this workshop and overcoming objections like, oh, I just feel so overwhelmed. It's like, well, we're going to help with that. So in terms of the value proposition, like the script that has been written is quite good.
And when you don't know this, you're left stuck, tweaking, fixing, and second guessing.
Agitating the problem. Yeah, that's good.
And so good news. We are hosting a free live workshop called The Simplified Launch Strategy.
Yeah, very clear on the offer.
Where we'll show you the exact 3 steps you need.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's 3 steps. I assume her thumb is there, but we can't see it because it's beneath the creative, so we just see 2. That would be something else you'd need to address.
Overwhelmed to launched. So click below to save your free seat, and we'll see you there. Kajabi can feel simple, I promise. You just need to know what to focus on.
Yeah, so I actually think the script is quite good. The call to action's decent. Re-emphasising the value proposition right at the end. Probably a little bit longer than it needs to be. You could probably get that same information across in 10 seconds less. But yeah, I just think a lot could be done with better production value, particularly given what's being pitched and what's being advertised. Some B-roll of the workshop, for example, would go a long way to... It's also a retention technique to keep things going. This is just one scene. This might work if she has like significant warm audience. This might work to them. Being able to get people in the workshop to her, people who already know her. Without that, I would very much expect this to struggle. Right, let's have a look at the next one. So here we've got OtterWorks, a video production company, sports content that works.
We make sports content that drives results. We understand the world of sport and how to turn great stories into engagement, click, and sales. With a strategy that works and a focus on the content's goal, you'll see a return. A campaign start from £3,000. Why wait? Let's make it happen.
Okay, initial reaction is I quite like it. I mean, you'd expect these guys to know what they're doing, given what they do. If we look at the beginning, that's attention grabbing for sure, right? Really clear value proposition. We make sports content that drive results. This is going to be one of those where the target audience is tiny. Like how many people are actually interested in sports content? Their marketing will need to do a really good job of grabbing people's attention because A is a demonstration of the quality of their service. But B, if your hook rate is low, for example, so how many people actually make it through the first 3 seconds, in an industry where the small niche, small target audience, you're in trouble. Because if people don't find out about what it is that you're talking about, you just don't have that many people to move through. So this start does a good job of grabbing people's attention.
We make sports content that drives results.
I mean, I'm not a fan of the smileys. I don't think that looks great, if I'm honest. Like, that just looks a little bit budget.
We understand the world of sport and how to turn great stories into engagement, click, and sales. With a strategy that works and a focus on the content's goal, you'll see a return. A campaign start from £3,000. Why wait? Let's make it happen.
Okay, the more I watch this, the more I'm liking it less, if I'm perfectly honest, and that sometimes happens with ad creative. I like the guy's energy. I think that's good and appropriate. I actually think the production value could be better, and I think they could have used more impressive clips. It's mostly of this bloke, not of the content that they've actually made for previous clients. If they're looking to demonstrate their expertise and what they do is create sports content, it is absolutely something that I think they should be including a lot more of. I do like that opening line. I think the cycling, a lot of movement going on is decent, but I just think it could visually look better. The pace is good. The different clips, yeah, I like it. So they've got a little bit of B-roll here from various sports.
£3,000. Why wait? Let's make it happen.
This is a really hard one to critique, if I'm perfectly honest. Pacing good, his energy good, opening line good, production value could be better. Clips used, I think, could be a lot better. Overcoming some objections starting from £3,000, so emphasising it's not very expensive. It's almost like whoever planned this ad and put it together really knows what they're doing, but they weren't given the best raw materials to work with. I think that's why it's a difficult one to critique, because I think parts of it are done well and parts of it aren't done well. And this happens, like as an agency, you absolutely know this. Like sometimes the assets you get, you're like, there's only so much we can do with this. So I think whoever like edited this, except for the smileys, I'm not a big, I mean, they grab attention, but like I don't think that's a premium feel enough. But I think whoever put that together did quite a good job. Whoever sort of maybe planned out did quite a good job. But I would want the clips themselves to just look more impressive. If you think about sports content very much being very visual, in that world we are used to the best of the best in terms of production value. It's like quality of image and impressive settings and scenes and things like that. I think that could be better. And then was there a specific offer? It's just get in touch, sports content that works, get in touch. No specific offer used. I mean, one of the obvious things with a business like this is that they could look to introduce scarcity into what they're selling. Urgency is you need to buy it now or else, basically, or the price is going up or whatever. Scarcity is we only have so much of this available. While stocks last is scarcity. We only take on 2 new clients a month is scarcity. This business will be capacity constrained because basically every service business is. So I would include something like that to help encourage people to take action. That's another obvious point I would look to include in a call to action. So they've got some good parts and some stuff to work on, but I think could definitely be improved. Hyros is the best tracking and attribution software for meta ads. It's the software all the big players in this industry use, including myself. I use it to track results for my own ads, as well as all my organic results as well. So if someone books a call for our done-for-you services, for example, I can see exactly where that person came from with a lot of accuracy. That allows me to make better decisions for my marketing and my business. Hyros has been able to track that from our ad spend in this campaign, we've generated £96,000, but £58,000 of that was not reported by Meta. So if I was just looking at my data within my Meta ad account, I might come to the conclusion that this campaign is doing okay, but in reality, this campaign is doing a lot better. Now, this is a relatively extreme example because of the nature of our business. So most of our products, services have recurring billing elements. Meta might be able to see what we make initially from our ad spend on that initial transaction, but not those subsequent payments. And that's why it shows the importance here of being able to accurately see what did we actually get from our ad spend in order to be able to make better decisions and optimize correctly. So if you want to improve the performance of your ad campaigns without having to touch your ads, go ahead and sign up to Hyros. There is a link in the video description. Okay, so let's have a look at the next advertiser, which is called Anavrin. Right, let's have a look at this creative.
Next station is Kyoto.
So you build like little model village type stuff, model sets. Okay, I think that's a really good piece of creative. So that's demonstration creative, right? So that's showing how the product works, what it is. But it's done beautifully, and I think that's really important for this brand, that it is done beautifully. It absolutely fits. They've really thought about the setting. I mean, look at the stuff around it, right? They're not just putting on any old bookcase. Like that's very thought through. The opening line is very interesting. Well, the opening scene is very interesting. Let's do the hook again.
Next station is Kyoto.
Next station is Kyoto, in a Japanese accent. That's so fitting with the rest of the ad and with the product being sold. It has a verbal hook in there to grab attention, as not just going into the product demonstration. There's no words said throughout the rest of it, which I think is great. It's showing it being put on a shelf. You've got the visual hook in there. Like, that's a significant piece of movement. Think of what they're conveying with that movement. It's not over the top and attention grabby. It's slow and calm and controlled, and it's positioning the product as premium and luxury. Like, you don't throw this thing around. This is valuable, this is delicate. The music's fab. And then this early on, right, before people have gotten bored, you've zoomed right into this little model set. And then you demonstrate the product. But again, it's done in like, that's fast paced, but it's not frantic, is it? Very calm, but keeping the pace at the same time. So that's quite hard to convey often. This is one of the things that can struggle with when you're selling something that's premium luxury is like, because you want the fast cuts to help hold attention, is you then end up with issues around, it doesn't have the right feel. I think the music is a big part of it, the lighting, the setting, and the product itself. Look, that's lit up from behind to make it look great. They've really thought about all of this. I think if you don't like that, it's because you don't like those sorts of things and that sort of product. I think that is absolutely cracking. It doesn't have a specific call to action. You could put one in here at the end without it ruining the feel of the ad. So you could have, instead of Anne over in Craft Yours Today, you could have, if you could make this into a Black Friday ad, 30% off, sale ends, Keep the rest of the ad the same. A minute long, which is on the longer side, but I think that's absolutely fine. You wanted to demonstrate the thing. You need people to really be like, wow, this is awesome. So if they wanted to, they could get more aggressive. If they don't like that positioning for their brand in terms of the offers on the sale, absolutely fine. I think that's probably the favorite ad that I've seen of the ones we've been through today. I've actually been given a different one from the same business, but this one UGC style. So let's have a look, because that was basically top marks on that first one. So have a look at this. Best gift ever. Again, so they're very much leaning into testimonials. Best gift for anyone who loves Japan. Okay.
I actually really regret making this book nook that a friend got me from Anavrin because now I am addicted and want all of them. I am completely obsessed with how this Kyoto Gion book nook turned out. I absolutely love Japan and now it's like I have a tiny piece of it sitting on my bookshelf with lanterns that actually glow from the LED lights, the winding path and the beautiful cherry blossoms. I'm transported into the serene beauty of Kyoto from my very own bedroom. This kit is super beginner friendly and comes with everything you need. It's such a great gift for someone who's looking to find a peaceful, screen-free new hobby. And it even comes with a video tutorial guide so you can't get lost. Making the Kyoto Gion book nook made me feel recharged and gave me some time to completely switch off. Plus, how stunning does it look to have a piece of Japan sitting amongst my books? These are just perfect for the gifting season. Check out Anavrin to see all of the amazing sets available to build today.
It's good UGC content. It doesn't quite have like the premium feel of the previous ad. I personally prefer that, but I would really want this to be part of the overall creative mix because this is going to resonate with some people a lot more than the previous style. The previous style is going to resonate with me more. This is going to resonate more with other people. We look at the hook again, the intro. There's visual movement. Again, it's not done in a chaotic way, but it's a visual hook to grab people's attention. The opening line for me is a little cheesy, if I'm perfectly honest.
I actually really regret making this book nook that a friend got me from Anavrin because now I am...
Yeah, like the initial, like... It might be a little bit over the top for some people. Probably would if you were marketing to me. I might be the target audience. I probably wouldn't buy this, but I might be the target audience for the first style of ad. I'm not the target audience for this style of ad, and that's also a thing to think about when you're going through these things, is that might really resonate with people that are more like this person, like this woman here. She might really... the people that are like that might grab this attention. And also, when we're creating ads, some things that are cheesy, some things that feel a little bit over the top, often can work really well because, look, we are in an attention game and you have to get your head around that.
I'm addicted and want all of them.
These shots are really good. The pacing is good.
Japan, and now it's like I have a tiny piece of it sitting on my bookshelf.
I absolutely love Japan. Tiny piece of it sitting on my bookshelf. That's great.
With lanterns that actually glow from the LED lights.
Pacing's good again.
Beautiful cherry blossom.
They've done a good job of making this UGC feel, because it does feel like a UGC, but also bringing in some like higher quality video editing and videography in terms of the demonstration of the product that was brilliant in the previous ad.
Beauty of Kyoto from my very own bedroom. This kit is super beginner friendly and comes with everything you need. It's such a great gift for someone who's looking to find a peaceful, screen-free new hobby.
Use cases, like the text that's been planned for this ad is very good. Use cases, beautiful gift for screen-free. I now want them all. It sits on my bookshelf. I've got a piece of Japan. So if you're watching this, you're thinking, who do I know loves Japan? Who do I know who doesn't just want to watch TV in the evenings and wants to do something a little bit different? Who has a library? Who has books? Like the bookshelf use case. So these are great. It's not just you work out how to use this product. We're going to give you these specific use cases. We talked about it before. I think that's really important.
So you can't get lost. You
can't get lost. Overcoming objections. Because some people see this and be like, oh, I can never put this together.
To completely switch off. Plus, how stunning does it look to have a piece of Japan sitting amongst my books? These are just perfect for the gifting season. Check out Anavrin to see all of the amazing sets available.
They bring this in as well at the end to make it look UGC style. You can see the price points. These aren't as expensive as I was expecting. which is clever actually, because they've really pitched it as something that's very premium without it being super, and it's not being super expensive, so they can emphasize that. That actually makes me think on the previous ad they should have had the price at the end. You know, in that end screen they talked about, they should have had the price at the end, because that's more of a selling point. You know, these are 70 quid. I'd expect probably double that, just looking at them. So I think they should have emphasized that, because I think that's more of a selling point than potentially they think it is. But they're probably trying to get it in the gifting range, which if you doubled the price probably wouldn't be. But that probably is just about in the gifting range. So I can understand why they're pricing at that point, but yeah, that's something to be aware of. Very good. She's done well, and like top marks at this company. I hope their ads are performing really well. I expect they are. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this next one is from Bot for Sales. Stop losing leads. Turn visitors into learners. Is your driving school website actually bringing you business? Most visitors leave, they don't get answers. Our AI chatbot engages them immediately. It knows every detail on your website and guides them to send an inquiry. Okay, so this is going to become more and more popular as a marketing technique. It's very interesting they've gone with a specific use case in this ad. Is your driving school website actually bringing you business? So very niche, which I like. Get more pupils. That could do some work, I think. Okay, let's have a look.
Are you a business owner? Let me tell you a secret. Having a website is simply not enough. Up to 72% of your potential customers access your website with mobile phone. And we both know it's not optimized. You can use chatbots as an online AI salesperson that will sell products or your services. If you want to know more, click down below and we will prepare a demo just for you.
Oh no, the ending, look at this bit.
Are you
No! Oh, okay, definitely cut that bit out. When you put this ad together, definitely cut that bit out. Okay, let's end it right at the beginning.
Are you a bit...
Oh yeah, we've got like, what, a good second of dead? So you've wasted the first second and a half. Like, oh, okay, big red flags. We saw this in the other one. Get rid of that first and last bit.
Business owner, let me tell you a secret.
Okay, are you a business owner? So the creative is pitched to business owners, and this text here is pitched at driving school websites. So that's confused. Definitely don't want to make that mistake. You want to be very clear, and your messaging needs to be consistent. Like, who is this for? Who is this pitched at? They can improve on the intro and the outro for sure, and improve on the messaging to make it really clear.
Having a website is simply not enough.
So if they are going after business owners, let's discount the primary text. If they are going after business owners, how do I feel about are you a business owner? It's calling out the target market, which is okay. There are probably better ways to doing it. It takes him quite a long time to get to the point where he's saying, let me tell you a secret, having a website is not enough. A better opening line would probably be something like, if you're a business owner that thinks having a website is enough, here's why you're about to be left behind. It's just more powerful, isn't it? I don't hate that little hook of like, he's the one side of the tree and then there's the visual movement. I think that's okay. If they just cut off the first second or so of the video, I think that's all right.
Online AI salesperson that will sell products or your services. If you want to know more, click down below. Okay, there's a lot that could be improved about this ad. Firstly, this fella is speaking in English, so he's clearly pitching this to English speakers, but he is not a native English speaker. And sometimes that can be fine. The IKEA ads are in like a Swedish accent. It fits.
IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
I don't see any reason why having non-native English speaker accent would be beneficial here, because it's not tying in with the product. You can like it or not like it, but I'm just here to tell you, like, from the data that we see, if you're looking to sell to English people or native English speakers, you would be better off with a native English speaker. People are more likely to pay attention, resonate, etc. It just, like I said, I don't want to get into the weeds on that one, but that just is true. People buy from people that look and sound like them, typically. That would be something to potentially consider. I also think, like, this guy's okay on camera, but like, you could do better. The other thing is, why is he in the woods? Sometimes it fits with the product or service being sold, in which case absolutely fine. Otherwise, it seems a little bit random for what's being sold, which is a very like tech development-y type thing. It just feels a little bit out of place, particularly with this opening line.
Are you a business?
It just takes too long.
Let me tell you a secret. Having a website.
This bit's actually like, from a filming standpoint, is fine. But then we can't just have you in the woods the whole time. Like, this has got to cut to some B-roll of a chatbot in operation, selling, doing what you say. Like, we need to see it.
72% of your potential customers access your website with mobile phone. And we both know it's not optimized. You can use chatbots as an online AI salesperson that will sell products or your services. If you want to know more, click down below and we will prepare a...
Want to know more? We'll prepare a demo for you. It's too vague. Need more offer clarity. Why should they do this? So this is like, I assume, a founder-led ad, but I would want much more demonstration in this of the thing actually being used, how it works. What does the demo get me? How is this going to help? This needs more substance to it. A couple of things being done well, and I totally, like, I always feel bad criticizing, but just for helping you guys out, there's a lot that can be done to improve this one. So hopefully those creative reviews have been helpful. You can think about how you might be able to take the information there and use it to improve your ad creative. And if you like going through real world examples, I'd recommend you check out this video next, because in it, I do a full walkthrough of a case study of one business where we're able to significantly improve their Facebook ad results. So if you haven't already, go ahead and check this out.